Hey, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I'm Scrap Padlocks and I'm a hobby scrapper. A subscriber by the name of Joel Olson, he sent me these padlocks to scrap. So thank you, Joel, I really appreciate that. These two are brass and that one's aluminum. Alright, let's start with one of these brass ones first. And the first thing I want to do is just cut off this tag here. And just pull that off. The next thing I want to do is cut off these 4 nubs, and I'm going to use my hacksaw. Now that we got those cut off, we've got this lip right here after removing the label. So we're going to put it back in the vise and we're going to pry this off. So you can see there's a little bit of a lip there. So you just get a pry bar and you just pry it up. Now that we have that removed, we got this steel spring we need to pull out. Super easy. And then the tumbler mechanism, we can just lift that out. And that just pulls out. And then inside there's another spring and a piece of die cast. So we'll pull that out, which allows this to drop out. And then inside is 2 ball bearings. So we just slide it to the middle. And we get that second one. And there it is. The rest of this is all clean yellow brass. That spring is magnetic. This outside piece is stainless steel, so we can just slide that off. And then we have a sealed unit here. Normally, this end, you can pry it off and then pull the brass tumblers out. And there's typically little copper springs in there. But at my yard, and pretty much every other yard, this should go as clean yellow brass. We know that's clean, that's brass, that's just garbage. Then that bottom piece is die cast, and then that steel is magnetic. All right, there is a look at that padlock. All of this material, maybe it's a penny's worth, but the brass is 6 ounces, so that is worth 75 cents. So with both of them together, that is $1.50. But now let's scrap this one. Now this one, I noticed that, see if you can see there, there's a Phillips head screw in there. Let's go ahead and unthread that. All right, that piece came out. I was completely stumped on how to get this thing out. It was stuck inside, and that was stuck in there. So I took it to the vise, and I just pounded it straight down on the vise, and then everything just fell apart. I might have even lost a piece on the ground. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, that piece, it just slid out once I pounded it on the vise. I was not expecting that. There was a spring that came out of there and a ball bearing. Okay, there's a look at that padlock. So we're going to have clean yellow brass. That's got a steel spring around there. You could cut it off if you want, but I'll just put it in the dirty brass. That's all going to be steel shred. And that little piece is stainless steel. And then that steel as well. And then the aluminum. Now this is milled aluminum. They just mill this material out. So at my yard, it goes as old sheet. So there's about 5 cents in aluminum and about 12.5 cents in clean yellow brass. And about a penny or so worth of all of that. So about 18.5 cents for that padlock. All right, there is all the padlocks. And that is $1.68 for all of that. Thank you, Joel. I really, really appreciate you sending me these. Thank you to everybody watching this video. I really appreciate it. It was just a quick little one here. I hope to see you this weekend. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. God bless you all, and I will see you in the next video.